Hey everyone, welcome to Rooster Teeth podcast. This is brought to you by I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Chris.
Blaine.
And Gus. Yeah, I guess there was no warning. We just kind of started.
He said we're going live in 5.
Oh, did he?
4.
I think I was listening. We think I was talking to Blaine, so I wasn't listening.
Yeah, how is that helpful to us if none of us are listening?
Well, I was.
Well, really, we're not live. This is a pre-tape. It's a holiday.
So I could say anything I want, and they could just go back and edit it out, right?
Not gonna, but sure.
So I can say anything I want, Eric.
No!
Yeah, we'll all be motionless, so it's an easy cut if they stay on the wide. If you want to get something cut, Blaine.
Do it right now, Blaine.
Oh no, I'm not. I can't think of anything that I would say that wouldn't in my career.
What are people supposed to do on President's Day? Besides listen to this podcast.
Is that
I
what
mean-
this is, President's Day?
Yeah, personally, I want to come into work.
What do you mean? What are they supposed to do? Chris? What are you supposed to do on any holiday?
Well, a lot of them have purposes.
There's a lot of sales.
What are you supposed to do on Martin Luther King
Thanksgiving.
Day?
I don't know about, but like Thanksgiving, you go hang out with your family and stuff.
Well, you hang out with presidents.
Yeah, like I don't have any presidents.
You know, find a president here at Rooster Teeth, or a vice president. That'll do.
Vice
He
president.
does make a good point. Like, how do you observe some of these more obscure holidays? I feel like there's always sales, and I feel like the if you stimulated the economy by going out and spending,
How do
that in a way
you
it's kind of
celebrate
an American thing,
President's Day?
maybe.
Yeah. I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah, there's definitely that, but like,
You can dress up as a president.
I'm not gonna do that.
No, you should do that. Teddy
do that.
Roosevelt.
7 fun ways to celebrate President's Day with your children. This is right up your alley, Chris.
Can't wait to hear this.
Can I be your kid and you celebrate it with me, Gus?
We can get up and personal with presidential history.
This sounds like a fucking homeschooler wrote this.
President's Day
lame.
facts are as close as your phone. That's not what.
Wait,
Glimpse into each president's life on a virtual tour.
Prayer.
Put on a President's Day play. Can we please do this?
President's Day play.
Communicate with the White House. Make President's Day crafts. What are President's Day crafts?
I don't know. You just draw pictures of the White House.
Oh, they
make
have
a
some
Lincoln
suggestions.
hat.
That's the first one. Lincoln hat.
Hat. Very good.
Air Force One paper airplane.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any like Mount Rushmore made out of food, or like a White House
Potatoes.
Like a mash Rushmore?
Yeah.
Mash Rushmore?
Have your child run for office. Run is in quotes. And that's it.
Man, those parents suck.
Yeah, this is pretty shitty.
Fuck
It's
that.
on readersdigest.com.
Yeah.
I was Thomas Jefferson in a fourth grade play. I remember I went up and this was my blocking. I was giving a speech and I was doing this, and then everybody was making fun of me.
Are you left-handed?
Yeah. Well, I'm mixed-handed. I right-handed. I throw left-handed.
What do you kick with?
Shoot left-handed.
Which-
I honestly don't fucking know. It switches every time I play a sport. What's up?
What about masturbating?
Right.
Right. Okay.
What about bat?
Left. Right? Is that
That's left.
left?
Interesting. No
You're-
consistency.
You're all fucked up.
I punch.
Dominant eye?
Oh, I don't. How do you?
Got him.
Left.
Um.
Oh wait, no, that was. Fuck, that looked like I was doing the. What is it called? From Watchmen.
Oh, the
Edit this out.
Cyclops?
Edit this out. Yeah, the Cyclops thing. That's.
That wasn't on your forehead. It was not at all like that.
I just you worry.
Why is that some sort of...
Listen,
I don't know. I don't know.
Bad time?
I've gotten a bunch of shit taken out of context and then posted, and then now I got questions being asked about it. So, like, I'm talking to somebody, and she saw a GIF of me and Tyler Coe on the spot, and he was humping me, and she's like, "What's that all about?" And then I had to tell her the whole story.
I mean, what could she possibly have
Just
thought?
be like, it was before I knew you. He didn't mean anything. I'm over him.
It's done.
I mean, was she worried that you were in gay porn?
No, but
Yeah, I
she
mean-
was just like, it dealt. It's a weird thing, and I'm doing it.
It's bizarre to me that that's a weird thing. Like, I've been married so long, I can't imagine having to explain that to someone. Like, it's like, I don't understand how that's weird.
Gives them a weird advantage.
Can't you
with
just
the
say
layup.
you're a YouTuber?
But he doesn't want to lie. The self-deprecating chuckle there, Blaine.
I once had a date where I'd gone out a couple times with this one girl, and then I guess she somehow found, I don't know, because I hadn't told her my last name or something. But she's
You're like Rumpelstiltskin.
yeah. I just been kind of ambiguous, and then she found some social disorder videos, and she was like, "Are you going out with me? Is this all some sort of prank? Are you like, do you have hidden
shit.
cameras? Like, why is this all just a joke? Like, what?" And I'm like, no. I was like, no, that's just a thing. This nothing to do with us hanging out. And I think it has to do like the situation in which we hung out, and then like she was hanging out at this is a weird story. I'm going off the rails on this story.
Yeah, what the hell is going
Is this the
on?
person that I interacted with?
No. Anyway,
It's like that kid telling us-
she was being pranked, or I was some sort of hidden camera thing, and I was like, no, that's just me. I'm just weird. None of this is like being filmed. What happened was we hung out, and then we ended up like at some point we went to her. We were at her friend's place because she was like house sitting her friend's place, or while her. So stop laughing at me, Gavin. All right, I'm restarting this story. I wasn't planning on telling this story.
Don't
so
engage, and he'll just keep digging the hole.
She was like house sitting her friend's place, watching the dog or something, and then we ended up like hooking up on her friend's bed, and then we fell asleep, and then her friend walked in, and I was like naked on her friend's bed, and I was just some strange boy. And then so she thought I was like, I had planned it or something. I don't know.
Was she no longer there?
I think she had like gotten up.
She had left you alone in this house?
I don't remember. Maybe she was still there.
Maybe?
I think
In bed with you?
Yes, I
Because
guess
otherwise
she-
you're just a stranger in her house.
I think she was still there.
Not even her house. Someone
It
else's
wasn't her house. That was the thing.
Right. It was a friend's house that you were house sitting, but then the house sitting
They showed
back
up
up
the next morning because we like
So
fell
they
asleep.
must have been pissed.
She thought it was funny. I would have been pissed if it had been
Yeah,
my
somebody been
house.
fucking in my bed. I'd be like, get out of here.
I want someone to do an edit of Chris's story and see how much extra time was fumbled through versus
Oh,
like
God.
how quickly could that story have been actually told.
You know how the
Just like
Reddit
edit the
bots will
words.
just give like
Yeah.
this is the one sentence description of what the article
TLDR,
is.
yeah. Well, I apologize to everyone for that story.
It's all right. It's President's Day.
No,
They're not
it's
doing
great.
anything.
yeah.
Well, edit that, Eric. No, you don't ever apologize, Chris. You just keep being Chris.
I know that like the more stuff goes off the rails, the harder it is to get back on the rails.
Yeah.
So and then I just lost it.
Yeah.
Which probably made it worse.
Yeah, you went off the rails. That's how badly he went. He took you with him. Did you see your dream came true? There's a blow dryer in the men's room now.
There is?
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw that. It just got installed because I saw it just like 5 minutes before the podcast. I was like, this is...
It's all right. It's all right.
It's okay, dude.
Chris, take it easy. Chrissy.
It's just a blow dryer.
I know, but I thought it was so cool. I was like, this feels... I thought it was super fancy.
It's just a blow dryer. What's fancy about it?
I don't know. It just seemed cool.
How much does a blow dryer cost, Chris?
I don't use a blow dryer.
It's a blow dryer.
You don't even use one. Why were you excited?
I don't know. The idea that it's an option.
Raise a good point.
My hair dries really fast, so I don't need a blow dryer. Maybe
ever-
there's a scenario in which we have to like shower really quickly and then transition. I could see something like that happening,
Okay. Well, now you said
like on Extra Life or something, where we're like doing quick things and I have to like, I got to go rinse off the,
Have you done a bunch of pills earlier today or something?
I did drink a bunch of coffee, and then I also had an Excedrin, which has caffeine in it.
You don't need it.
what? Did you have a headache?
Yes.
Oh, that's too bad. I bought Did you see? I bought a bunch of ibuprofen for the office over there.
Oh, you bought that?
Yeah. I was tired. We have this thing where we sit like in the communal area for a couple hours a day, and I got sick of people walking up to that first aid thing, opening it and going, "There's no ibuprofen in here," and then closing it and walking away. Like it was happening nonstop. So I was like, I'm just gonna fucking order some. Like every single person in this office has gone up and said, "There's no ibuprofen in here."
I wouldn't even have thought to check. I thought there was like emergency kits in there
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's what's in there.
It's just like
Right.
So
I
Like, I
wouldn't
wouldn't even-
Band-Aids and stuff too.
I wouldn't open that unless someone like fell off a ladder or something.
We
So
use
I bought
that
a box of
constantly.
ibuprofen and I just put it next to it. That way I wouldn't have to hear people bitch about there not being any ibuprofen in there anymore.
There's a store right there. Just like walk and get one.
Yeah, it's Amazon.
See,
They got it to me.
I was one of those people.
You said you took Excedrin.
Yeah, I know, but I walked over there and I was like, there's no ibuprofen.
Well, there is
and
now.
then I went and borrowed an Excedrin from Andrew.
Did you have the
Borrowed
same
an
reaction that
Excedrin?
when
When are
you
you
saw the
gonna give it back?
ibuprofen?
I'm not gonna give it back. But
Did you freak out like you did when you saw the blow dryer? Did you go
Advil.
ibuprofen?
no,
Like think of all the
I didn't see the
possibilities.
Advil. There was no Advil at the time.
I just put it up like an hour ago.
Yeah.
How close is this he-
before or after you installed the hairdryer?
I didn't install the hairdryer. I just noticed it.
Is the hairdryer in close proximity to the soap dispenser?
Yes, but it's on the other side. You could make it work. You could probably make it work.
Post show.
We're not doing another bathroom post show.
Oh, man.
Let's do it.
No, we did one already. It was too recent. Gotta do something new and different, like just sitting here.
What's our next event?
We got Pancake podcast coming up next week
Oh, yeah.
on the 24th.
Bit of Shrove?
Mhm.
All right.
You making vegan?
We're gonna have some regular pancakes and some vegan pancakes. We had a meeting about what kind of pancakes we should have.
Wow, this is getting official.
I'm serious. There was a meeting on the books, and we sat down
So we
to
know the
talk about
company's getting
pancakes.
fucking
Is that too extreme?
yeah.
No. Out of
no,
all the
we-
meetings I've gone to, that seems like one I would love.
We
to.
actually, well, not we. Eric had a really good idea, so I'm glad we had that meeting.
How much does that mean?
worst meeting ever.
How much does a meeting here cost? Salary, hourly rate it, whatever. That meeting must have cost hundreds of dollars.
There were how many people were in there? 3? Was it 3? It was. Yeah, I think there were only 3 of us in there.
How long was the meeting?
30 minutes.
No, maybe not.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
that
not that
No,
bad.
that's a couple $100, I think.
No, it is not.
It's not. It's fine. We got to talk about pancakes.
And the whole pancake thing started because you Americans didn't know about Shrove Tuesday. I don't even get invited to the pancake meeting.
Well, you were busy.
Well, yeah.
What
Would
kind of
you have
pancake
gone to
insights
it?
were you going to give us? We know what pancakes are.
You fessed
You
up to not
don't. You do the wrong
checking-
pancakes every year. It's crepes.
You,
Can we get crepes?
Gavin,
Okay, yeah, sure.
you don't check your email though. You wouldn't have gone.
He does now.
You
no,
do.
I still don't have email on, but calendar invites will go through. They land in my calendar.
Can I message you through calendar invites? Are you having a good day today? 8 a.m. Yes? No.
9 a.m. Yes, thanks, Blaine. Just
like-
10 a.m. What are you doing later?
A recurring meeting every 30 minutes to ask how he's doing.
Yep.
what would you have done if pancake meeting had popped up on
I would have moved stuff around.
No, then you would have showed up and been mad that there weren't any pancakes at the meeting.
That is right. You are correct.
Barbara said that you have to go to one of her meetings once a year or something.
I thought it was
You
just
agreed?
One
once.
time.
One time.
Just one time or once a year?
One time.
Just one
I
time.
heard once a year. Well, we were coming up with all the different meetings that you could show up to.
But she's going to pick the worst one and send me to that.
Yeah. Divorce.
Up to 90 minutes.
Divorce.
She has a divorce meeting in the future or something. I don't know.
a divorce meeting.
So
That's the thing, right?
No,
no, that's,
See Marriage Story? There's a lot of meetings in that.
that's
movie.
not like a work meeting.
that's like a legal consultation.
Yeah, but like, did you say specifically work? Did you add a timeline?
Yeah, but she's not going to send me to like her hemorrhoid checkup or whatever.
You never know. I mean, it's up on the table. Did you get it in writing? Like it's the legally binding contract.
We have, it
Gavin.
was on video. We have it on the podcast. I don't remember if you said work. I'm pretty sure you said work.
Pretty sure I did. But I did say no management offsite.
That had to be here.
not gonna
That's
do
right.
it.
Yeah, smart. It's a good caveat.
So the other day I was reading and I read this bit of trivia, which really got me down a rabbit hole thinking. I read that 1 gram of uranium has 20 billion calories in it.
What is a gram in food? Like a Cheerio? Like how
calories.
It's so little.
Calories because calories. That's about like. But calories is about like energy, right?
Correct.
So it has so much energy
That might be like 2 grams.
that
It's the equivalent of 20 billion calories.
yeah. But if you ate it, you would just die.
Well, then it made me wonder, is there such a thing as a lethal dose of calories?
Like, you think that that's the reason you would die from the uranium?
I think there's other reasons you would die from
Oh, yeah, I was gonna
uranium.
say, yeah,
So you're talking like could you eat food so calorie dense that it doesn't like split you open from the inside? It just becomes indigestible?
Right.
Or unprocessable?
Wouldn't
Right.
it, I
Or
mean,
like does your body have a maximum theoretical limit of calories it can absorb?
I think no, because you just get fat.
Or you just throw up?
I feel like your body would reject it.
You
It's
could-
like
you could-
alcohol poisoning.
Maybe you would throw up, but I don't think you would get fat because we've talked about this before. Like if you ate a gram of something, would you gain more than a gram of weight?
Well, I think the weight comes from stuff after it, doesn't it? Like water, retaining water and all that stuff.
I don't think so. I don't know.
It's a good idea.
To not eat a gram of uranium?
Well, yeah, but also like a food that could be, you know how they have like medicine that is
Like capsule?
yeah, capsule, but it's given to you over time. What do you call
Like
those?
a slow release thing?
A slow release food. So you could eat like a meal, but it's slow released
I don't
through
think
you
that
throughout a long time.
I think you could get
time.
nutrients that way, but I don't think it would make you full.
That
or
would not
sated.
sustain you for life because you would have like energy, but you wouldn't have things that your body needs to like use to recover.
surely-
like fat and
Right.
proteins for muscle.
But
and
surely
stuff.
calories, it has to be processable. Like, how many calories is a rock?
I don't know.
Like, you just eat it and pass it through. Like, it's
Salt-
irrelevant, sure.
Salt is a rock.
How many calories
Yeah,
are
but
in salt?
salt
But also
dissolves.
by that logic, you could throw a rock at someone and say you just gave them like so and so many energies of so
But
and so
they're
many
not eating
calories.
it. You have to throw it in their mouth, Chris.
What I'm saying, as far as like if they're doing uranium based off the amount of energy it produces, if you throw a rock, it's producing
But you're not
energy.
eating it.
But what I'm saying is that if you swallow a gram of uranium, your body surely won't do anything with it and just pass it as if it was a stone.
Right. Like there's no.
So where's the caloric value? Don't you burn stuff to make calorie measurements?
Oh, like digesting it? Chris, stop.
I'm just thinking-
No,
I
that's not how you make calories.
we know what throwing a rock
No,
is
I
like.
was just thinking: is there a way if someone throws food into your mouth? Are you
No.
getting
That's
more
like
trying
that's
to-
kinetic energy.
Are you
That's
trying
not
to
like
add
calories.
kinetic values
Yes.
to calories?
Yes.
Like if someone punches a steak down your throat, do you get fatter than
Yes.
if you ate a steak?
Is there a way to absorb energy through that? Through like
I think that's
Maybe if their
kinetic
fist
energy as
had
opposed to
salt on it.
potential energy.
Yeah, I think there's a difference. Like there's like a chemical reaction that has to occur in order to like, release that the calories.
Someone drops a nuke and everyone gets fat.
I mean,
Make sure your mouth is closed. Like, don't let any of the nuke in you.
be a really cool superpower. It's like instead of
Punch
like,
fat?
yeah, like you absorb kinetic energy into body fat. So like you shoot someone, and they just get fat.
That would be the worst because if you got a car accident, they'd have to like pull you out the jaws of life. Like, oh,
Yeah, but it'd be better than
Like Jabba.
dying. You know, like
I don't know. After a certain point, I'd probably wish death.
But like, would any little thing happen? Would any little thing cause you to
yeah, like you
gain weight?
you absorb all kinetic energy.
like even just like
I guess
clapping? You wouldn't be able to ever clap.
Well, no, but you'd be giving off your own kinetic energy.
What?
You'd be giving off energy with yourself. You'd be expending the energy it takes.
So you can't high five.
Well, you could high five. I think you'd absorb theirs and give off your own. But if you high five yourself,
What do you mean give off your own? I'm
you're shooting energy out.
careful there,
When you,
dude.
when you high five, you're pushing energy out. So you're expelling energy. So you're not necessarily.
But you're still absorbing it. Like that's why your hand stops.
Yeah.
How many grams of jizz are in your balls?
We could look that up.
Semen grams.
Let's guess. I'm gonna say
Gram and a half?
Also depends. I bet it depends on.
I'd say 6 grams.
Maybe it'd be milliliters, surely. Be liquid.
Maybe for you.
I think I
measurement.
found a gram.
Let's convert it.
I mean, look, it's not a solid. It's like a fluid and not.
You can measure liquids in grams, right? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you can. I mean, it weighs
It's just
something.
not the
but-
proper way to do it.
I
So what we have to do is find the weight of jizz and then convert it from
there.
milliliters.
I think an interesting competition. Never mind. I'm not gonna say.
No. Keep going.
I don't know how it's some sort of competition where we see who can create the most amount of jizz.
Chris just proposed a competition.
Very good.
Chris's
Very
2020 competition.
So, I mean, the winner would surely be the person who didn't jizz for like 2
Well,
months.
that's part of the challenge, Gavin.
So you got to store up
It
for
would
it?
be storing up. It would be building up. It would be like your diet, because I'm sure there are things you can eat
Yeah.
that will increase.
Make better loads.
Huh? I don't know. I'd have to
There's
look
things
it
you
up,
can eat to make
Eric.
it more delicious, like pineapple.
Yeah, I guarantee. I'm gonna look this up right now. Things you can eat.
Blaine, what are you going to look up?
Nothing, because I don't want to ruin my Google history.
Make two.
Okay, the average volume of ejaculate is 5 milliliters.
How many is
So I
that?
got to get that
grams?
to grams.
Yeah. How much is just weigh in milliliters?
So
Chris, why? Like, who would want to see that? Like, all right, here we go, the big day, and then it's just like a jar of just cum, and then there's 4 dudes holding jars of cum,
this is what
asking
happens.
why.
This is what happens when I stop paying attention and I start looking shit up on my laptop. Now all of a sudden we've got fucking Chris's 2020 competition over
I was
here.
thinking the other day, why is it that eating is such a social event, but pooing is the total opposite? And what if it
Because
was
of the
flipped?
smell?
Oh yeah, it's the smell, and then also the exposure of your, you know.
But can you imagine if you lived in a world where all tables were for one, but there were like 10 toilets in the same room?
I don't think anybody would want to eat while the stink of shit is in the air.
You
I
wouldn't
don't-
be
Well, no, he's
eating.
not in the same room, dude.
Oh, so it's a toilet room?
No, I'm saying, like,
Imagine
you
if dining,
eat.
imagine if dining rooms were a closet,
Right.
and if bathrooms were like your dining room, just like a big giant room with tons of toilets in
Your
it.
dining room, you didn't eat in it, and there were 10 toilets.
Uh-huh.
But your little, like, WC
Like,
was just one small table.
guys, I gotta step out and use the
I think that's
the eat room.
It's probably like a pack animal mentality thing, right? Like there's a kill or food, and everyone gathers and eats. But when you need to excrete waste, you go away. Like you don't put it where you're living and where everyone
Take
is
shit where
hanging
you
out. Yeah, an animal will go away.
Like even
do their
dogs, like my
business.
dog, this fucking sucks too. He'll dig at it. You know, he'll kick up grass and dirt to cover up his litter. I think that like any animal does that. One time he actually just kicked the shit at me.
Nice.
He just shit and then just went, and then it just went flying at me. And it's like, ah.
I wonder if there is any animal that has social shitting.
Social shitting.
Social.
I bet there's like
defecation.
some like sort of mating thing where they shit and then they use it as like a.
I do.
Well, you know, rabbits eat their turds one time.
one
one
time.
time.
Just the
I
one.
think so. They get like another go at it. But do they only eat their own turd?
Oh, you mean to get more nutrients from it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
Never
either.
seen a rabbit eat its own.
I don't know how
Tuesdays?
I've never seen that. That's so weird.
I've owned 2 rabbits and I didn't see that.
Oh.
I guess we've fed it on the non-turd
I
diet.
got some updates on cum.
Okay.
So, first of all, average volume is between 3 and 5 milliliters, or
We
about
already-
a teaspoon. Okay, sorry, I was reading it. Peak production occurs between the ages of 30 and 35, which means
we better do this soon.
Oh, I got a disadvantage.
I am perfect. I am like primed for this competition. And
Do you come a lot, Chris?
I mean, I don't know. I'd say so probably, but
I'm so sorry.
lose weight because if you're obese, you're gonna have a lower sperm count.
We're
Eat-
We're not worried about.
We're not worried about.
I know. I'm just
Recreation.
reading the eat antioxidants, green fruits and veggies.
What does
and
that do?
exercise.
What is eating antioxidants?
Healthier foods increase your sperm count and quality.
Again, we don't care.
I think you're making healthy jizz. We don't want healthy. You can have a
Well,
bunch
what
of
they said,
volume.
they said it's like there's no like technical way. It's all like
why did they put it in air quotes?
Well, it's all for according to this article.
I assume you'd have to be hydrated more than other people.
Sure, I bet that's a big thing. It's
Okay,
all-
Chris, I'm going to give you homework. Here's what I want you to do.
Okay.
Just in a cup.
I want you to buy a dietary scale, and I want you to do experiments to figure out how to increase the weight of your jizz. Measure it when you're dehydrated, measure it when you're fully hydrated, and I want you to measure it under different... measure it when you've eaten a lot of antioxidants, measure it when you haven't eaten antioxidants.
And when you're done, throw the scale away.
Burn it.
Don't put it back in the kitchen.
Now
Make
John
a
John
spreadsheet
has one in
and
our
share
office.
it.
I'll just take it.
He
The only
can't
problem
smell
with
anyway.
that, the only problem with is that because no matter what, the amount of time that you've had since your last orgasm has got to be a factor.
Then you've got to set regular intervals.
That's just okay.
You'll have to try one day where you like let the period, what is it, refractory period last for like, you know, as soon as the refractory period's done, you can jerk off again, then immediately go for it. Or try a day where you like store up for an hour or two.
Yeah. Okay.
And you got to keep all the semen samples.
Oh, but it's going to be so hard to keep track of.
Then that's what get a spreadsheet, dude.
No, I'm talking about actually like measure like
no, just go get a bunch of Dixie cups. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
You just got to store it.
You just tear the scale with a Dixie cup.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, Gavin?
Does he weigh his post seepage?
This is
Himself?
No.
Because I don't think anybody
I
jacks
think
off that much. I lost a pound.
I don't want this to be an ongoing thing. If
Wait,
I'm going to
what?
do
What?
this,
What are you saying post seepage? Like
like he's talking about like after.
No, like the dregs.
what do you?
Well, if I want to, he's talking about like like.
Can we talk about Can we talk
Okay.
about anything else?
All right.
Anything else at all? Please.
Hey, how is being vegan affected?
I had the health insurance in this country is so fucking stupid.
Yep.
I had the dumbest thing happen the other day. So last year,
You had to pay for health?
I had to pay for health. Last year, I
pretty dumb.
went to the doctor and I got that CPAP machine, which I have to wear when I sleep at night.
Yeah.
It's like a mask I put on. It forces oxygen.
No one knew who I was.
into my respiratory system. And like before I got that, like I went to the doctor. They had me do this thing called a sleep study, where you like hook up all this shit to you when you sleep for several nights, and they measure a whole bunch of things, like your the oxygen in your blood and your respiration, all this stuff. And then after they do that, they look at the results and they say, like with my case, they're like, you need to have the CPAP machine. Great. Then you find like a third-party company that sells it, and then they work with your doctor. They tell them what you need, and they ship you this machine and all the supplies and stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's an ongoing thing. There's supplies and parts that you need to replace every so often. So I had to the company that supplies me my stuff contacted me, and they're like, "Hey, you're due for some replacement stuff. Can we send it to you?" I said, "Yeah, sure." And so fine, hung up with them. Then
Like
several
oil
days later, I got a letter from our new insurance, because our insurance changed on January 1st. I got a letter from our new insurance that was like, we denied all the claims for your CPAP machine replacement stuff because we see that you've never had a sleep study done, and there's no medical need for you to have this device. It's like, I literally had it done. I literally had it done last year. So then so then they're like, if you want to dispute this or you have any questions, call this number and hit option 4. Like, cool. So I call up the number. There's no option 4. I hit 4 anyway. It's like, this is not a valid option. Like, fuck. All right. So I start going through through all the different menus and everything. And I realized, like, this is not a number for patients to call. This is like a number for doctors to call. And it's like this endless tree of options. It's like, there's no one I can talk to here.
I'm imagining too, you're like running low on sleep because you haven't slept because you don't have the machine.
So
It's 5 a.m.
It's just a giant pain in the ass. And then I call my doctor, and I call my doctor's office, and I'm like, hey, listen, I got this thing. And she's like, oh yeah, that happens sometimes. She's like, just wait. The company that gives you your supplies, they want to get their money, so they'll contact the insurance. They'll clear it up for you. So call that company in a couple of days. So I have to wait a couple of days now, and I'll try calling them.
What are the parts that are? Is it like?
It's like
there's a nose piece, or is it a mouth?
It's
thing?
like an oxygen mask. It goes over this. Like that needs to be replaced. The tubing, and there's a water reservoir that like gives it humidity so you don't dry out.
So it degrades over time, and you just got to replace it.
Mm-hmm.
The argument that people love their health insurance providers is dumb. No one loves their health insurance.
Oh, like
providers.
when they have a blurb from customers love our.
No, just the arguments.
People want to keep their insurance because they love it.
No one loves their health insurance providers. They all suck.
I like the NHS.
Well, that's
We can't get that here.
that's England. Yeah.
Oh, that's a joke.
It's just so
do,
dumb.
do I look sleepy most of the time?
Oh my God, you're still on that?
No, I don't think so. I think you're the opposite today.
Well,
Well, he's saying most of the time.
most of the time, and I no today also is because
Jessica.
well, yeah, I asked Jessica, I was like, do I look sleepy because I didn't sleep enough last night? And she goes, well, you always look kind of ragged.
Didn't you insult her first? You said you look tired today, and she was
No,
like,
I said, do I look tired today?
you insulted her, and then she bit back with that, and then you were just like,
No,
the
I didn't
whole day
insult
you're like
her. I was
looking in a
asking-
mirror and like
I didn't ask.
feeling
I just
the
said, do
bags.
I look sleepy? Because I felt I'm sleepy. Mm-hmm. And she said, I always look sleepy.
You always look stoned.
I'm like, I don't.
Maybe it's just because of the things you say.
Yeah.
You don't run anymore like you used to. Whenever you used to get around the office,
No,
you would,
I do too.
You would go like
Yes, I do. I do
run,
too,
but
run.
with your arms to your side.
I do too.
I haven't seen that in a while. I haven't seen that pep in your step anymore, Chris.
I do too.
You want to talk
Growing
about
old.
it?
But well, about running or no? I want to talk about how I look sleepy or not, and then I was that got me thinking about like just the things that people are insecure about and stuff. And I was like, well, I don't know. I was like, that's something I'm like looking tired is something.
That's something you're insecure about? I don't think I've ever heard anyone say I'm insecure about looking tired.
Well, because it makes I don't know.
Did you get bad sleep last night? Did the rain keep you up?
No, well, the rain was nice, but I just didn't. You know, like every once in a while you just can't sleep. I just didn't sleep last night.
You didn't sleep?
No, I did, but like I didn't sleep until like 3. I couldn't sleep.
Okay.
And so I was self-conscious, like, man, do I look like tired and shitty?
I think you look fine.
Yeah, you look like Chris.
Yeah.
There was a time where I posted a picture or something, and then someone's comment was, Blaine looks like he has Emperor Palpatine eyes. And it was so offensive and so funny that I was just like, that's okay.
And his eyes yellow?
He just has, no, he's just got these crazy bags under his eyes.
Oh, like the around the eyes?
Yeah.
What are you most insecure about?
Yeah, please let us know in front of the camera so that everyone...
Okay, you don't have to answer.
Yeah, I mean, just the stuff people say is all the stuff I used to be insecure about. I just am not anymore.
Yeah.
It's great to no longer care or give a
There's,
fuck.
there's so many more important things than freaking out about stuff you can't change.
Yeah, we did something earlier, and Blaine said to me, like, oh, you got to be careful. Someone's gonna find the thing that you're insecure about, and they're gonna really dig into it. I was like, I was like, I've been on camera. I've been doing this for 17 years. I can't imagine.
Pretty much everything that you've heard.
Right. Like I've probably thought way worse things, and I've probably seen it.
It was it was way worse in middle school and high school and stuff. I think you're insecure about everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
What were you most insecure about in middle school, Chris?
Well, I think might have been my one of the things I was really insecure about was my legs. I got hairy legs, especially when you were younger. Like my legs were way hairier than like most people.
Opposite side of the coin, I had not hairy legs. And I envied people like you because I was a late bloomer. I was like, oh, Christ, my legs are so fucking
The hair is
hairy.
always coarser on the other side.
Who's got the hairiest legs now?
Oh, probably me. But I was super insecure where I wouldn't wear shorts, you know?
I don't know. Chris is.
Oh, me
Chris
and
is
Gus are
kinda
pretty
hairy.
close.
Yours are pretty dark. Like,
Yeah.
I think we're all quite hairy, but mine is maybe slightly fairer.
All right, now let's show each other's bushes.
But like I wouldn't wear shorts because I was insecure about my legs. And then
I love the shot.
but then in the summer it got really difficult where I was like, and so I came up with an idea one time.
Long shorts.
No, this was worse. I was like, well, part of the reason my leg hair it looks so hairy is because I have dark hair. Mm-hmm. So I was like, if only I had light leg hair.
Did you dye your hair?
legs.
I bleached my leg hair.
How? Like, how old were you?
Just trim it at that point.
I was like, I don't know, 14 or 15.
Did you go to the store and buy like
Yes.
hair bleach?
Yes, and I bleached my leg hair. And then, but then my hair was like neon yellow or orange. So I had like bright yellow orange leg hair, but a lot of it. And then it looked so much worse. And then also, as it grew back, or like some hair would fall out,
like two-tone.
it was like two colored leg
Oh my
hair,
God.
and it was like speckled like a leopard, you know, because it'd be like darker patches and like lighter patches. It was awful.
Chris.
And it was in the middle of the summer too. And it's like I wasn't like not gonna go swimming all summer or go outside all summer.
But to be fair, if that was, the biggest problem of that year, it must have been a pretty good year.
I've never heard of anyone doing that.
No, me neither.
I had a friend that did Nair. He didn't really know like what it was going to feel like, and he put Nair on his chest and on his.
What's Nair?
It's like a chemical thing that nukes the hair off
Oh.
your skin.
I did something like that one time
Yeah, he Naired his pubes.
on accident.
On accident?
This is also in high school.
How have you lived so
Yeah, Chris,
long?
how are you a gold mine? I've known you for so long. How am I still finding out shit about you?
I remember I was like going to school and I was late, and then like my skin was dry or something. You know how like when you wash your skin a lot when you're in high school because your pimples and like. So I was like had done a bunch of like pimple stuff on my screen on my face to try and get rid of pimples, and so my face was really dry, and my mom was yelling at me to get in the car because we had to go to school, and so I was like, oh, my face is dry. So I ran into my mom's bathroom to get lotion because I didn't like have like lotion.
Not in the bathroom.
And so I put some lotion on my face and then put it on my face, and then it was running back to the car, and then it started burning a lot. And then I ran back to the bathroom to rinse it off, and I realized I'd put Nair all over my face.
Fuck.
And had like, and then my whole face turned red, and
It's like the Red Skull origin story.
yeah, basically. And then it was like, that's what I looked like. That school that day was just red.
Chris, why are you so mad today?
Oh, that's I've never heard of that either.
I think I told this, but there was one time, it was in middle school, where I cut out the Green Lantern symbol and then taped it to my chest and then laid on a trampoline for a couple of hours. And I burnt the Green Lantern symbol into my chest.
Like sunburned?
Yeah, like at first it wasn't showing up, and I was like, oh, if I just lay here a little longer. And then just like an hour or so passed on this black trampoline in the summer. And then like at the end of the night, you know when like sunburn starts to set in the evening once the moon comes up? It's like a weird thing, but I feel like that happens a lot. I like looked and it was just like...
It's just the time.
Oh, okay.
It's just time passing.
It was just like...
The moon doesn't act
super...
I'll
It
beat
was
this sunburn. I'll
super
fly to a
defined.
different country. I'll never see the moon.
Did it all peel off like in one big piece?
No, it was just like super red and then like white, and it was just super well defined. But like it wasn't until like the winter of the following year that it started to fade away. Like people like were in the boys' locker room in the shower, and they're like, "Is that the Green Lantern symbol?" Like, yeah,
Man,
I'm a lantern.
me and you would like like cheetah leg and Green Lantern.
Green Lantern boy.
Yeah, I don't think I've done anything.
I'm not done
Good
anything
feel
on
that.
that on that level. I thought I did stupid shit, but nothing like that. What's the dumb thing I've done? I think I've told all the dumb things I've done. We've been doing this for too long.
You're out of dumb stories.
Yeah, I'm out of
We
dumb
got
stories.
we got to just get together and do new dumb stuff.
I'm too smart now. That's the problem. That's what sucks about being old. You get too smart.
Yeah, I'm too smart.
You got a ways to go, Chris.
I broke my diet thing. I was doing that diet.
Mm-hmm.
Gus had set me down vegan, and then like a day or two later, I was like, I can't maintain this. So I was like, I'll try vegetarian. I can't maintain this. And then I was like, I'll try pescatarian. And I was like, okay, I can do this. So I did pescatarian for 2 weeks, and then I went to a steakhouse and blew it, and I almost shit my pants.
Did you have just a craving for red meat?
No, I wanted to go on a fancy date, so we went to Fogo de Chao, and I didn't realize until after booking it and like going there, and I was like about to eat meat. I was like, I haven't had meat in 2 weeks, and I don't know.
Then you went to fucking Fogo.
Yeah, like I went from like
God, that would mess you up even if you had meat earlier that day.
yeah. It went okay. I didn't shit my pants then, but yeah.
You shit your pants later?
No, I didn't shit my pants. But the next day was just like fucking awful. Like
Did
my
she
body
shit her
went-
pants?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good date though.
Yeah, that's a sign of a successful date. If nobody shits
Nobody
their
shit
pants,
their pants.
then you're fine.
Go ahead.
All right.
I don't know if I...
No. What's up?
What's the worst? No, go ahead.
cut
this isn't
Hey,
my story.
It's not live. We can edit it out.
I'll stay still.
This wasn't my... I don't... No, never mind. It's gross.
Okay.
It's gross. I don't want to tell a story. It's not my shit. It's not my shit. The story's not my shit.
Well, if you're not telling the
Okay,
story,
I'll
why are
tell
you
the
still-
story. This is not my shit. I was with someone, and we were doing it, and
Stop censoring yourself. Just get to the
okay,
story.
we're going through. Okay, we're doing it, and doggy style, and and the person had a bunch of doo doo. See, this is why I didn't want to tell the story. It's gross, and I didn't know what to say.
So you got shit on.
Is that the entire story?
And no, and it just it was uncomfortable, but I felt like I had to say something.
What did you say?
I said, I was like, oh.
She said, "What a shitty day."
I said, oh.
Oh, I hope that's mud.
I was like, oh, there might be a little something.
Chris.
I didn't know.
I mean, you weren't delving.
No, we were just normal. This wasn't like up the butt stuff. This was just normal.
So how did you notice it?
Because we were doing it like doggy style. So she was bent over.
I mean, were the lights on though?
Yeah. Or at least some light was on. Enough light was on.
I want to be anywhere else.
So okay, so you said, you know,
You said, I think there might be something.
Some stuff if you want to. I don't remember exactly my phrasing or words, but I was like, oh, I tried to make it like casual and fun.
Someone's got a dirty diaper.
Casual and fun. Time for finger painting.
Why do you have so many sex stories?
Thanks for that, Chris.
I don't know, man.
did it go on you?
No, but it was like, I just wanted to make sure it didn't. So that's why I wanted to bring it up. Or like, it was in my bed. I felt like it needed to be.
To be fair, that is lose-lose for you.
Yeah.
Because even if you're like, can you go and wipe your ass? It's killed the moment.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
But you soldiered on.
No, I kind of like, kind of changed positions. And I was like, oh, hey.
Because if you can't see it, it's not there.
Well, no, I mentioned
Then
it.
it's
I
getting on
said
your
I
sheets.
brought it up because I couldn't continue with it.
I can't believe you brought it up. How did you bring it up?
It was
like, you got to remember what you said.
I tried to block it out of my mind. It was like I was like,
You tried to soldier on when it was
no,
there?
I tried for a little bit, but then I couldn't,
My God.
and I had to bring it up.
How long did you go before you brought it up?
Well, there was a whole period of time where I was debating what to do.
How long did this period of time last?
It felt very long.
I can imagine he's just plowing away, and then everything goes into slow-mo, and he's just like, well, what do I say? And you just going through it, and your mind's like, well, I can't say that.
He was plowing, but the fields were too muddy that day.
Yeah, and I was like, I had to say something because I couldn't, and I had to stop because I couldn't pretend like I hadn't seen it, and it was enough to where I was like, this needs to be addressed in some way. Someone's got to say something. But you. I mean, there's only. Sorry. I was the only one who I had to say something because no one else was going to say anything. That's what I meant.
Someone comes flying in. Whoa.
Your neighbor knocks on the door. Like, what's that smell?
Was she offended?
I don't think she was offended. I think she was embarrassed.
Did you continue after?
I think not at that time.
Okay.
I think it was kind of one of those like, maybe we'll like finish this later.
So it didn't stop you from seeing her again? I mean, it's not the worst
No,
thing.
no, it didn't.
It's understandable.
No, it didn't. But it was definitely a
Boner kill?
yeah. Yeah.
You're amazing, Chris. Don't ever change.
Yeah. Sorry about I almost I'm sorry if that was gross.
No, that was fine.
You're the one who had to lift with it.
Yeah. No. The other person I had to live with it. Probably worse. I'm sure it's way worse in their memory.
I actually heard something recently, and I've already disproven it, but it was like a nice thought where if you have those moments where you think of an awkward or embarrassing memory and it like keeps you up and you're like worried and stressed about it, if you
Just tell it on a podcast?
What's that?
Tell it on a podcast?
I mean, you could own it, yeah.
Okay.
But the strategy is you try to think of another person's awkward or embarrassing thing, something really stupid that someone else did that you witnessed. And then the idea is that it's really hard to do that because most people will just forget. So the idea is that you did this embarrassing thing. It's bothering you. Nobody remembers it. So it's like a nice little coping thing.
I like that.
Yeah. That being
Pretty
said, I
good.
totally remember this one time where I saw a guy have just like a piss stain in like fresh urine on his pants. And I never forgot that.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people's embarrassing stuff.
Yeah.
Was it like, what was the context for that? Like, where was that? Was it like
I-
in...
Was he wearing white pants?
I was out fuck, where was I? I was like at a Target or a Walmart or something like that. And we're just like walking around. And then I see this guy and he looks like he's like just got out of bed or something like that. And for whatever reason, I just looked down on his crotch and it was just like moist.
Could have been water, curry.
It was yellow
Ugh.
and like fresh, like
And, like-
dribbles. So, but that did teach me a very valuable lesson, which is to dab.
Oh,
Dude,
Oh, you made it sound like it was like a ton, like he'd pissed his pants.
I mean, it was like excess after he had gone to the bathroom, and he must have been in a rush. So he was just like, "Oh,
That's pretty gross.
That's what you got to do, dude.
got to dab." Yeah, you got to doot. You got to dab or doot.
I remember there's this girl in high school who I guess at a party got so drunk she like passed out in someone's car and just shit herself.
Oh my god,
And,
Chris!
and-
Why do you keep going back to
well,
shit?
sorry, it made me think of this, and you were thinking about how you can never remember someone else's embarrassing thing, but no one ever forgot that.
There was this kid that actually shit his pants a lot. I remember that kid.
he would do what a lot?
He just shit his pants. He was like a serial pants shitter up until like middle school. He went to a different high school than I did. But I remember this one time, this kid, Ryan Essery. That wasn't the kid that the shit.
You called him out?
No. I wouldn't say the pants shitter's name, although I do remember it. Ryan Essery was this kid in my class, and one time he pointed it out, and he's like, "What is that?" And then he was just because he was sitting back like this, and he was just like, "What? Nothing."
Why was he sitting like that?
I don't know.
Maybe because he just shit himself.
He's airing it out. That guy was a bit of an asshole. I'm not saying that he deserved to shit his pants, but like, I didn't feel too bad for him because he's kind of an asshole.
Do you think maybe the asshole persona was to like keep people away at arm's length? That way they wouldn't smell his shit?
Possibly.
Like no one could get too close to him?
Yeah.
I do remember
sad.
that video. There's a guy who passed out at a wedding or something. People just faint at weddings, right? Just 'cause it's,
He fainted like from just standing up on the altar and stuff.
yeah, I guess like legs locked.
Oh, like
maybe
the groom
too,
fainted.
too close. It wasn't the groom. I think it was someone else.
Groomsman, yeah.
Maybe there's a candle nearby, less oxygen. Just face planted,
That's a thing?
and then he's like the camera cuts, and then he's back up with like a nosebleed because he hit his face, and people are like walking him off, but just a load of piss.
Oh,
It's like 'cause it's very common. I think when you pass out, that you just evacuate tons of stuff.
Muscles relax.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or contract, or
did I tell the story about what I did after?
Does it involve
You
shit?
did not.
Oh, this is an embarrassing story. I think I told this story.
You did not.
I totally did.
What is it?
I think I told the story. Anyway, after
okay.
Brandon's wedding, I went home and I was drunk.
Yeah, okay.
and I know I told the story, and I pissed on my floor.
Oh yeah, you did. I didn't realize it was after Brandon's wedding.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I had no recollection of it. I had to
oh,
be-
and then the girl told you.
yeah, she was like, "Why? I can't believe you peed on your floor." And I was like, "What are you talking about, liar?" Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
You-
Wait, that
you
was
did
Brandon's
mention
wedding. That was Jordan's wedding.
that's what I meant.
Yeah, Brandon's wedding was in
I was
Monterey.
gonna say,
I was gonna- I mean-
how did you get back from Mexico to your place that
For
fast?
some reason, I thought of Brandon because he texted me that he was so drunk that he threw up out on the way home outside of his car. Like he wasn't driving.
Yeah.
His wife was driving, and he vomited out the window, and so he had to clean up the outside of his car the next morning.
Paula.
I knew I told
Y'all
the
are a
story.
mess. Yeah, you did tell a story.
Fucking savages, man. Getting so fucking.
Now every time,
pissed drunk.
At a wedding.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a good wedding.
Weddings are where you hit it hard,
yeah,
though.
and I didn't get drunk
they?
till the very, very end. And also, I don't think I was that drunk. I think I just had to pee.
Just drunk enough to pee on the floor.
What do you mean you weren't that drunk?
I don't think I was that drunk most of the wedding. I think it was the very end of the wedding.
I was drunk enough to eat off of the bride and groom's table without realizing it, and then the staff had to tell me to go. I've told that story, and then the other one was a friend's divorced wife was there, and I was talking about her right while she was standing right behind me and listening to me say everything. That was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really rough. I just remember just being like,
Did you play it off like you weren't talking about her? Or?
I just got to shut down. I just like, let's just pretend that never happened.
Like half an hour later, you're just at the table like,
Just zoning out. Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
It's really bad. It's really bad. Not great. Not my best.
I saw
drunk people are dumb.
Yeah, you don't make the best decisions when you've been drinking. I saw you watched Parasite the other day, right?
I did. I
Like
went home and watched it.
have you two seen Parasite yet?
Saw it in theaters.
I saw brag about it. I saw that at the beginning they're watching that video of the woman making pizza boxes. I guess like that was a viral video from a few years ago. Like some woman uploaded a video of herself doing that. She said she made that video like 10 years ago. And so I saw her like doing like she uploaded a new video on her YouTube channel. I mean, like, hey, yeah, that was me. It was weird to see her out of context. I guess like it's just some video she made of herself creating pizza boxes quickly. And
how long ago was it?
I think she posted it online like 4 or 5 years ago, but she said she made it like 10 years ago.
Did they ask her for the
She
rights?
said that they had contacted her.
Can you imagine uploading a video
Asking
to
if they could use
YouTube
that.
and then it's in an Oscar-winning Best
Right.
Picture movie?
That'll happen to you eventually, I'm sure. You posted a bunch of cool stuff. So
Yeah.
That's why
you're
I'm
already
still
in fucking
uploading.
Rogue One. Technically, they took one of your
Solo.
ideas. Solo. Sorry. Yeah.
But it just seems like so cool just to upload a whatever video and then you get contacted and now you're in
That's pretty cool.
the best picture.
And a really obscure video, too.
Right.
Does that make her like kind of by proxy an Oscar award
Academy
winner?
Award winning.
I mean,
Well, I
like
mean,
she took
She's
up
in an
like,
Academy Award-winning film.
Well, I mean, so are
her-
the extras, though, right?
but her thing took up like I would say like 15 seconds of screen
But she
time.
didn't win an award. It wasn't like, the award for best pizza folding box
She's
goes
associated with the production.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they did send out mini Oscars to, like, viral videos
Little
in
ones?
Oscar movies.
Oh, that's
I
cute.
think she was probably like in most of the frame too because they like hold that phone up like really close.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. Like, not that part of the movie. I understand what was going on, but I don't understand why you would want the boxes pre-folded before you even had the pizzas ready to go. Just it seems like that would be a part of the process of making the pizza. Like to store a bunch of already folded boxes seems like a huge waste of space.
Well, I will say, I mean, the video that she made originally, that's what she was doing. Well, she was pre-folding the boxes. That way the pizza
Yeah.
place would have all the boxes ready. That way they just have to slide the pizza in.
Right.
And be
just
done with it.
Seems so like such a bad waste of space. Like you would just have the employees make the boxes as the pizzas were getting ready. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure there's
a great movie.
maybe it's like to make sure that it's there to like minimize the amount of time that the pizza's sitting out in the
they're
oven.
flat in the back and then they get made and put in the front, ready to...
They probably don't make all of them. I'm sure they make like a
Yeah.
stack.
I
That
mean,
would
they
be
do
low.
because anytime you go to like a Little Caesars,
Or it could be a
whatever, they got
factory for like a frozen pizza or something. Who knows?
You're right. It could, Chris. I hadn't considered that.
Make a good point, Chris.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you liked it.
Were you saying you get embarrassed more than anyone though? I feel like
Name a time.
every time I go in public with you.
I wonder what the common thread there is.
I don't think I need to explain that.
I feel like you don't do anything more embarrassing than anyone else. You just call attention to it more than other people.
I think I'm hyper aware of social situations and like I'm aware of other people's emotions and strangers and just how they perceive. So I just don't want to fuck with people's like vibe. So like, all right, for instance, I was checking into a hotel when we went to LA. I'm not sure if I told this story yet or not. It's not very noteworthy, but it's just a common Chris story where I'm sitting there and I'm checking in and Chris isn't going to be checking into his hotel for another couple days because he's going to be staying with Zach's place. Well, Chris and I had just gotten brunch and Chris is like bouncing around as like his stomach hurts. And I'm just checking in, just talking to the concierge or whatever. And he's like, hey, give me a key. I need to go take a shit. I need to go take a shit in your room. And he's just like, the concierge can hear all of this stuff. And I'm just like, Chris, okay, yeah. And he's just like, oh.
I'm sure there's a bathroom in the lobby.
And then like, I hand him the key and then he's just like, oh, no, I don't, it's going to be stinky. I don't want to stink up your room. And then he like waddled off to the lobby bathroom. But like this concierge had to witness this whole interaction with my 32-year-old son. And I was just like, I'm sorry about him. He does this.
But I was trying to be polite.
You weren't. You're like, Blaine, I'm good.
Why wouldn't you just go to the lobby bathroom?
Well, I hadn't thought about that. I was like, hey, let me your key. I gotta go to the bathroom. You exaggerated that, okay? Because it was initially I was like, hey, can I use your key? I need to go to the bathroom. I didn't say that. That's what it was.
You said you needed a shit.
No, I said I need to go to the bathroom. I said I need to go to the bathroom. And then I handed it back and said, actually, I don't want to stink up your room and this is going to be bad. And then I went to the lobby bathroom.
Was it bad?
Yes.
Well, then we met up afterwards and we worked out in the gym together. And then you started doing these things, and I called them like, what was it, Humpty Dumpties, where you're like doing like, yeah, Oompa Loompas. And I was like, hey, Chris, what are you working out there? What are you doing?
I just lift heavy stuff. That's all.
I would never want to work out with you.
Why is that?
I think that'd be the most intimidating thing in the
No,
world.
if I was going to work out, I would want to work out with Blaine.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'd be so shit in comparison.
I know I'd be shit, but I'd know that he would tell me how to do things
and
right.
you'd probably try and be nice and be like,
I wouldn't try to be nice. I would be nice because I understand everybody has a starting point, you know? I was fucking like, I remember very vividly this one time where I was doing squats like really bad, and there was 3 dudes just watching me do really bad form squats. And I was like, my legs were super spread out. I could demonstrate, but it didn't fucking matter. And it was just like,
did they say something?
nope, they just watched me.
So you knew that something was up with your squats?
Yeah, that's when I was like, I should probably lighten up my weight and then get good form. That was a while ago.
I feel like I get embarrassed by the same thing all the time. And that is, I will constantly say, like if someone drops me off at the airport and they're like, oh, have a safe flight, I'll always be like, thanks, you too. Or like you check into a hotel, it's like, oh, enjoy your stay, you too. Damn it! And I do it all the time out of reflex, and I can't stop doing it.
Stop
And
saying
called
you
out?
too.
it just flies out.
Just say
and then
thanks.
I'm walking away with my head down in shame, like, did it again. Thinks I'm an idiot.
Do you think like when that happens to like, let's say someone at the front desk is checking people in, do you think they have like a little notepad where they write down how many times it happens in a shift? Like, oh, had another one.
I'm having a really good stay tonight.
Or like they have a competition to see who can get the most people to say you too.
And the thing is, no one reacts to it because they must hear it
Constantly.
quite a lot. If there's a bunch
Well, what
of
are they
memes
going to
out
say?
there.
Actually, I'm not staying here. Why would they react to it? I don't live in the hotel. I just work here.
They either are just so used to it they say nothing, or they then just not listening, and it's like a.
Remember that whole not listening experiment that we did in New Jersey that one time at the convention?
Have we talked about that?
We may have talked about it at one point, but we were at a.
It's not listening. It's just going from 0 to constant blast of information, and it's just too much to take in that you skip over the bits
Right.
that you don't.
Do you sneak in details that are weird?
Well, like, so we were working at a convention in New Jersey, and
And in our defense, conventions back then were pretty slow.
yeah,
There wasn't a ton of traffic through
right,
them.
and so people, we didn't have pricing listed on things like if Chris, what are you doing? You're gonna
Sorry. Sorry. I was trying to push it back so I didn't.
you almost knocked over your
Also,
cup of chocolate milk.
That's a coffee cup filled with chocolate milk, by the way.
So we didn't have pricing because there was just like a bunch of different things. So we would wait for people to come up and ask how much something was, and we would tell them. So, like for example, if someone wanted to buy a T-shirt, it was like one for $20 or two for $30.
Okay.
And then I don't know how we got into the topic, but I told Gavin, like, I bet I could say anything. I could throw any information in there, and that people just won't hear it. They'll hear the information they want, and they'll omit everything else.
So I was starting to give Gus challenges. It started off with just simple words and then phrases just to sneak in.
Yeah, I don't remember what they were exactly.
I remember one. You were like, all right, all these shirts, they're all 1 for 20, and then sloppy pussy if you get 2 there. They're 30. Stuff like that. Because I think it was based on like Jeff talking about the first thing he Googled, and that was stuck in my head.
And yeah, people would just be like, okay. Like,
Yeah, it's like
considering the price.
It's like, yeah, the shirts are 20 and Busted Hyman the pins are like 5. And
nobody reacted.
not ever. We probably did this across, I think it drug through other conventions too.
Right.
You must have done it like 15 to 20 times. No one ever even gave him a look.
Right. Nobody was like, what? Or what? They were like, oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'll take that shirt. And
Because it's just like information blast, and you just pick out the bits that you understand,
Right.
and everything else is gone.
Yeah.
it was so bizarre. We got to a point where even I was like, they're gonna hear that.
Yeah, like I would be like, I think I came up with like almost a sentence, and he was like, I can't do that one. Got away with it.
It's so weird how your brain will just filter out things that are like out of context or don't matter or you're not expecting.
Or you pretend like you didn't hear it because you didn't.
Oh
You're
yeah,
like-
yeah. You
you're
think you heard it, but it's like there's no way.
There's
he
no
said.
way they said that. So
Right.
I must have misheard it, and I don't want to sound dumb. So you want to be like, wait, sorry, did you say Busted Hyman?
Did I hear anal juice?
Yeah. My one thing me and Zach Anner used to do in college was whenever we were bored, we'd walk up to people. We'd take turns, be like, oh, that person, and we'd point, and then we'd have to walk up and pretend like we knew the person, and then see if we
Swear to Christ, someone did that to me last night.
and and see if we could convince them that we were friends and that we had this whole like come up with the whole backstory, and we'd give each other backstories for how we had to know the person. It's fun.
That sounds like a very Chris thing to do.
Chris
I
has
hate
like
that.
completely numbed any like social like restrict. Like I don't know. It's fascinating watching you interact with strangers in public because like
Well, it's
there's
fascinating watching him interact with his friends. It's the same.
Weird.
It's just that everyone's just like, you gotta be on top of your game to have a conversation with Chris.
Yeah.
You can't be
What does that mean?
complacent because it's an experience.
Really
It's not like
You're-
talking to a normal person.
You got to fully enjoy it and appreciate it.
Why not?
like those like weird like pain those pain receptors that have that people have in social situations. You've numbed those. You're like that one Bond villain that can't feel pain. You just can't feel social awkwardness. Anything goes with Chris, and it's
So who
equal
is
parts
that?
exciting and terrifying.
What's that? Robert Carlyle? The world is not enough.
World's not enough. Yeah,
I,
fucking nailed it, Gav.
is that a compliment or an insult? I can't.
No, it's not an insult.
It's not a compliment either.
Yeah, it's neutral. It's just an
observation.
statement. Yeah.
All right, I'll take that.
I was climbing last night with somebody, and then a guy came up and started like asking about my dog and saying specifically where I lived, and just like he knew so much about me, and it was so clear that I knew nothing about him. And I was like, "Hi, yeah, well, we'll see you later." We're like trying to talk about anything like in the gym or that wasn't trying to like revealing that I didn't know who he was.
This is a person that you've met before. This isn't a fan.
I don't know.
Blaine.
I don't know.
Blaine, come on.
I don't know. He came up and he was like, "What's up, Blaine?" I was like, "Oh, hey, man." It's just like that whole, and it was just like me skirting on the edge, but it was like a 2.5 to 3 minute conversation of just that. Me just being like fishing for information. And then he left, and I turned to the person I was with, and she was just like, "You had no clue who that guy was." And I was like, "Was it that obvious?" And she was like, "Yeah."
I don't think that's happened to me. I did have a situation where I was out with someone in Achievement Hunter getting lunch, and then someone walked up and was like, "Hey, blank, good to see you, blah, blah, blah." And then I could tell that the person in Achievement Hunter thought that person was a fan. And then after they'd gone separate ways, I was like, they work at Rooster Teeth.
Oh my
You
god.
know that, right?
Oh, my god.
And it was, and then they were like,
swallowed the gum.
Jeez. Embarrassing.
but it was just to that point where, we suddenly got a load of employees that
Whenever
there was
they
no
were, like,
intro to-
Whenever it's like that one period where it's like all of a sudden there were like 50 more people within a span of a month. Yeah.
yeah.
Fucking, because
Very hard.
that's. I mean, I feel like I can recognize employees, like coworkers, like pretty well. But I have like facial blindness. Like if I have had like fewer than 2 or 3 interactions with the person, then chances are it's going to take another meeting for me to know who they are. It makes me feel awful. That's why I started switching things up and saying, "Nice to see you," instead of saying "Nice to meet you." So you say "Nice to meet you," it's like, "Oh, we already met. Here's the specific date, time, place."
It's a new segment called Blaine's Pro Tips on Meeting People.
social tips from
Nice
Blaine.
to see ya.
So, Chris, do you ever interact with someone and you think like, man, that was weird or that was awkward?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What was the most recent one?
Most recent awkward.
Although I feel like one-on-one, you're much more normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like we went to Olive Garden and it wasn't weird for me.
Yeah, it wasn't weird for me.
He met my parents, and I thought he was gonna do something weird. He was fine. I was impressed. I was like, "Oh, good job, Chris."
I could turn it on.
More like turn it off. It's when you're on that we get worried.
I imagine you have to get into character. You're just in front of the mirror, like, fixing your tie, and you're like, a normal person. But it lasts for like half an hour.
We went to Sonic for this
For this Sonic video.
And Chris's interaction with the
So, okay, context. I'm dressed up like Sonic.
Okay.
Makeup. Oh, there's a picture.
What's with the teeth?
Those are my Sonic teeth.
Was that before they changed the teeth in Sonic?
Well,
was
no,
inspired by the original
I just
Sonic.
wanted to go. I wanted to go old school, and by old school I meant like before they updated the
original
visual
trailer.
effects. Yeah. I think this. Well, is this video out now? This video at this point will be out
By
So it's-
Monday?
Yeah, it'll be out It's on YouTube right now.
Is there like a carnival over there? What's happening?
It's work hours. People are out there. So you went to Sonic?
Yeah, so we went and I made Blaine dress up as Knuckles. So he's wearing like this red wig, and we're wearing full body spandex, and we go to Sonic and order onion rings and chili cheese dogs, and go on.
Oh, it's just a horribly awkward interaction. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember all of it because I think I blocked a lot of it out of my mind. But I think she accidentally put cheese or did not put cheese on your burger, and then you sent it all back. And
No,
I
I didn't. No.
What happened,
Okay,
Chris?
all right. First of all,
I've never sent food back.
I
can't.
You don't do that.
I'll
okay,
pull
okay.
shit off or scrape. I can't send it back.
all right.
They'll spit in it. They'll jizz in it.
One.
How many milliliters of jizz are in your burger?
One. Okay.
So
You
what
could-
was it? What was it? Was there cheese or not? What was wrong?
Well, there's two things.
Okay.
Two things. One, just the initial interaction with the waitress as she came up and brought the food. You could tell Blaine is cringing in the video. He's like,
Because I'm dressed up as fucking Knuckles, and you look like a horror villain.
yeah, but
Sonic.
she thought it was really funny. She was having a good time. But you can go watch that video and watch Blaine's face. You can tell he's just like dying inside. And then, so then we got our food, and there was a cheese like that. I hate the like plastic American cheese. Okay. And then I was like, oh hey, and I was like, hey, is it possible to get this without cheese?
So you had ordered it with cheese.
No, I'd ordered it without cheese, but then they'd put the cheese on it.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, would it be possible to get not have the cheese on it? And then she swapped it out, and that was it. It wasn't anything complicated.
What was the dish? It was a
That
cheeseburger.
was a hamburger. You don't see that in the video because that was just me eating lunch.
Yeah, we went there.
Hey, Sonic's still gonna eat.
We went there as a gag to get onion rings and chili dogs. Two things associated
rings.
with Sonic. Yeah,
I get it.
rings.
Yep.
That was the whole. We were trying to collect rings around the
Yeah,
office.
and then he proceeded to order lunch. Yeah.
sounds fun.
I like the fact that that's not the first time that's been done at Rooster Teeth.
What?
On the gauntlet.
Oh,
Oh.
Greg
With
That
the
shit's
rings.
so fucking
the onion
funny.
rings.
Yeah.
I thought you meant going to Sonic.
Has that been done?
We did it in the Last of Us video where we tried to find all the locations from the beginning of the Last of Us.
That was the place where you didn't want someone to hear your order.
That was a different Sonic, but yeah, it was a Sonic.
Oh,
It was a Sonic in Buda.
did you ever determine? I'm somebody from Naughty Dog reached out, right, and just said that they made that up, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Could ask Troy. He's always around here.
We found like some spots like highway signs and stuff and tried to recreate it as best as we could. But yeah, a lot of it's not
Baloney.
correct. Yeah. A lot of it's like out east, like 183, like heading out towards Lockhart
Yeah,
in that area.
fucking stoked. The skyline looked a little off. I guess it looked like it was like from the southeast facing west. I don't know.
Mhm.
When is the new one?
Unplayable.
0 out of 10. When is the next new one coming out? A couple months, right?
April or May? I think May.
Fuck, I'm so stoked.
Yeah. We're almost there. I read a fucking crazy ass story on the Washington Post the other day.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of complicated. So I'm going to try to summarize it as best as I could. Post World War II, encryption became a big thing in World War II. Like the whole Enigma machine and like countries sending codes to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So post World War II, this company got established called Crypto AG, and they supplied encryption for countries, like to securely send messages and whatnot. And
Where they just like develop algorithms and things.
and like whoever the customers could license their encryption technology. That way they could have secure transactions and whatnot. And they were very, very popular company for several decades. It's kind of fallen off now, not as popular anymore as encryption's kind of taken off on its own. They weren't as needed. So this company, it came to light recently that the CIA owned them, and that the CIA had secret backdoors into all of the encryption that they had sold to all of their customers, and could eavesdrop into all the communications that they wanted to for essentially 50 years.
So,
So,
and was that international licensing?
Yes.
so did
This is
this come about?
all over the world.
Did this come about because like the statute of limitations or whatever, like Freedom of Information Act, like it passed the point where
I think someone filed a Freedom of Information Act request, but it turned out that like the CIA had, I don't remember how it came to light. I think the CIA had supposedly divested their interest as of 2018.
But don't they just redact stuff from Freedom of Information deliverables
But it's
half
still
the time anyway?
it's not. I think the fear from these international entities is that information is going to get out through freedom of. It's the fear that the CIA has known about whatever they were doing for the last 50 years.
It's pretty fucked up, but also baller. in a way.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
I was going to say, like, not that I'm like crazy about it, but like, that's like kind of America winning in that instance. Like, they did something like really underhanded and sketchy, but like,
I guess
that's really good espionage.
Yeah, they had developed this program and this idea with West Germany at the time. So it was like the United States and West Germany. And then after like post-Cold War and German reunification, the German spy agency, was no longer involved, and it was just purely the CIA.
So I guess the moral of the story is, if you want to keep good secrets, come up with your own encryption.
Or use open encryption methods that you can verify. And it's still used in some places, and I guess they had like little quotes from people who used to work there who were like, "We had no idea. We
There must have
feel like
been-
we betrayed our customers."
Whoa.
There must have been some people in history who were just so burdened by their knowledge. Like not being able to let anyone know what they know, but knowing it and just being like not being able to sleep at night because this like really world important
like
thing.
Manhattan Project or something. Like
Well,
you know
but,
that
like-
you're about to you're dropping
Yeah.
a nuke tomorrow.
Yeah, or knowing in advance that like tons of people are gonna die for whatever reason.
The Oppenheimer stuff is fucking fascinating. That guy, woof. Like he was like one of the guys that was credited for the atomic bomb.
Had a deadly toy.
He must have been like really burdened. I mean, just his whole life. You
Oh,
see
yeah.
pictures of him, and it looks like the soul is just sucked out of his eyes.
Yeah. He looks like he hasn't slept. or he looks like the person who had poop on their butt.
Oh,
right?
nice callback, Chris.
You don't have to. Let's see.
Do you think that happens to like A-list celebrities sometimes?
Poop.
They're just hooking up with someone that's like, man, I'm Tom Cruise.
Everyone poops.
I shouldn't have to deal with this woman's shitty asshole.
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow.
There was like a painting. What?
Go ahead, and then I have a thing.
I just saw there was like a someone had done a series of paintings, and it was world leaders on the toilet, and they had like Trump on the White House toilet, and the Queen on like a Victorian toilet throne, and like Putin and stuff, and it's just kind of like these are people shitting.
I predict that sometime in the future, the near future probably,
Okay.
there will be a way to avoid shitting. Like there's going to be some sort of like
Oh, I don't know where to start with
Chris,
this one.
What?
Oh, hold on.
How?
as in like you won't have to go on it'll like suck it up really fast.
Or maybe you take a pill and it's just liquid and you piss it out?
Yeah, or like, or maybe there's,
What do you mean suck it? It sucks it out.
well, like maybe it still comes out your butt, but it's like you're not really shitting.
That's
It's
shitting
not-
though. If I eat a toy car, and I get rid of it through my ass, I shat out a car. Even if I didn't, like, how does something come out your ass? But it's not.
it would be like some sort of, it's like some sort of procedure that's like,
so you'd have surgery instead of
no,
shitting?
not surgery, but like,
Well, like a tube fed, but for
I
evacuation.
guess that's just, they do have those like poop.
I mean, I'm sure there's some people who don't have lower intestines or
Right.
anuses or
That's the thing.
sphincters,
And they
so
have
they get
bad-
pipes
yeah.
and
Right.
stuff. But
But I'm talking about like something. It's like, well, what I'm talking about right now is like when you go to the bathroom, you gotta like sit on a toilet, you gotta clean your butt. It's like, and it's like embarrassing in general. The entire act.
not if
is
no
not
one's
something-
there.
Well,
I'm
that's
not
what I'm saying.
embarrassed.
It's not something you want people to see, right? But if there's something, it's gonna be like.
So you want something that you'd be okay with people seeing?
It'll be like instantaneous.
I
or
think
it'll
that's
be
the
like
problem
so
with
fast.
society. All right.
Like it just like delivers it
There's
out.
gonna, I guess I'm saying there's
your
gonna
pants.
be a.
Why? I mean, you say this is going to happen in the not too distant future, but what's the benefit to it?
There's going to be an easier, cleaner,
What's
more
easy?
sanitary.
Okay,
less-
why
less
that though? Why not
wasteful-
like in the future people won't need to eat? Why stop at shitting?
When people like eating?
I feel like too many people are invested in plumbing to work out. Plumbers, big toilet. They're not going to let that happen.
No. Think about it. It's wasteful.
The bathroom
It's wasteful.
industry
They would be
will
fucked.
crush every innovation.
because right now we waste water, we waste toilet paper, we waste time. There's going to be some
You
innovation.
make a good point with the water.
Huh?
You make a good point with the water.
The water
waste.
and toilet. It's like there's going to be some innovation where it'll revolutionize the way we go to the bathroom.
Don't they have cows that have like? This is gonna sound really stupid, but I'm pretty sure it's true. They have like a window into their stomach that people can reach in and grab stuff out.
I believe so.
What is that all about? But like that could happen.
What?
There's like cows that have like holes on the side of their body that their, like a ranch hand or whatever can reach in and
Like someone cuts a hole in a cow.
Why?
I don't remember why. I feel like
talking
I've
about like
seen
a
that
natural
also.
hole?
it's got like a
No,
window
it's
so that
man-made.
it's not constantly exposed, but like it's like a thing where they can stick their hand
And is
inside.
it man-made or is it something that cows just have?
No, it's a man-made thing.
Oh, that's mean.
It's a holy cow.
There's also
That's been podcast.
Chris laughed. Don't
they
boo-
also
don't
like
fucking boo me.
they'll bleed cows too. They'll like stab a cow in the neck, get like a jug of blood, and then just put a cork in it and like
A cork?
or like mud, and then they'll like wrap it just so it doesn't keep bleeding, and then they'll open it up and like bleed
Well,
the
why
cow.
do they want to bleed the cow?
Because they think cow blood is
I think
beneficial to consume.
yeah, some places drink it or they make beverages out of it.
Hey, we fuck up cows, man. I feel bad.
And in turn, cows destroy the atmosphere
Yeah, they'll get us back someday.
It's the long game.
with
Yeah.
their burping.
I saw. So I feel like we talk about this every fucking week now, and it's kind of annoying to me. But
Oh, let me guess.
Is it coronavirus?
it's coronavirus. Okay.
Is it the Japan cruise trip?
Yeah, the cruise ship. You
Yeah.
hear about this?
I heard about this because my Airbnb host reached out to me about it because I'm going to Japan in less than a month. And I guess a lot of people are messaging her and freaking out because of the whole coronavirus thing going on.
Well, I guess there's like 2 cruise ships that are quarantined.
Yeah.
I think one's in Japan and one's in Hong Kong. Maybe
There's like 41 Japanese on one of them. And then like, I think there's like some Americans or something that are stuck over there too.
Was it just parked somewhere?
right. They're like
It's docked, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you're gonna get quarantined, of all the places to do it, a cruise ship sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, but you're docked though. I don't think so because think about this. That thing's just constantly rocking. You can't get off of it, Chris.
But I saw that a porn company was offering free porn to all of the people who were quarantined on the cruise ship.
Is it through internet or what?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't
Are they gonna be
understand,
like
like,
mailing
fucking-
porn, like
A T-shirt
throwing
and
just like throwing magazines.
Well, no, like I'm confused because it's like cool free porn. I have that anyways.
I guess it's like a
Premium
like
porn?
webcam website,
Oh shit, yeah.
and they
Okay,
were
cool.
offering them like credit
Just, like,
on the website.
Find the IP address of the ship.
I guess what they did they asked that if people wanted to redeem it, they would have to send like some certain documents proving that they were on the ship. And
go to Pornhub.com and use code coronavirus.
so the website required quarantine passengers and crew members to send a copy of their travel documents via email in exchange for 1,000 free tokens. I have no idea how much
Wow,
that equates
tokens. That's great.
to. But I guess the Wi-Fi terms of service for one of these cruise ships,
Doesn't allow porn.
yeah, it doesn't allow for that kind of content.
Oh man,
When last time I was in
it's like
Japan,
10,000 spoons, but all you need is a knife or whatever.
precisely, Chris. Precisely.
Was that like some of a phrase? Or like,
It's an ironic.
like
not
if you
Shania Twain,
need
but,
a knife,
who's
that you
Alanis
don't
Morissette?
want.
There you
Alanis
go.
Morissette. You know, the irony is it's like you have all the porn you need, but you can't access it because it's restricted.
Sure.
That could have been a lyric.
I get the thought.
Sorry.
Wait, so it's just
Quarantined on a ship
Stuck on it.
for coronavirus.
is porn
You
legal
got
in
all
Japan?
the porn you need. Yeah. But
Got my password.
Remember they got all that pixelated porn?
Yeah. What's all of that? Because when I think I went there and I was gonna look at porn one time and then I was like, oh wait, is the government gonna come get me?
what in
Japan.
Japan?
Yeah.
You think the government in
I
a
didn't fucking know.
in a place as populated as Japan will hone in on one tourist for having a wank in Japan?
Put the dick down. Put the dick out of your hands. I don't know.
It is kind of sad because there's a lot of good porn that's like ruined.
What do you mean ruined?
It's censored.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like
So you're
can't
saying you're
see the
missing
bits.
out on. I mean,
Well,
there's plenty
it's-
of
there's lots-
uncensored porn.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
Oh, he knows.
it just seems like a waste for everyone else. Like, obviously in Japan, they want the censored porn because that's all that's available. But for everywhere else, it just kind of like ruins good porn.
But there wasn't though. I was able to see like normal porn.
Well, I mean, Pornhub in Japan is Pornhub.
Right. So I was confused. I was like, I thought I wasn't allowed to see this, but here's a.
So is it? But all is it?
I gotta look up Pornhub in Japan.
Is
now.
it that all the porn that's produced in Japan has to be censored?
Maybe they have a service like if you're watching it on in a Japanese theater or back, like porn room.
It's got to be no. Because
What was it like when you were watching porn in a Japanese theater?
I didn't go to a Japanese porn
man.
theater. Sorry. I am like. They have like bathhouses and shit like that. Someone was telling me to be wary of these houses where you go in and
sounds like a weird beginning of a horror movie. Be wary of the house.
they bathe you, but like they don't use their hands.
Like towels and stuff?
No,
Oh,
like other body
Sponges?
parts
they use their ass.
and other things.
What else? Their boobies.
Okay, it
Yeah.
looks like to me if you go to Pornhub from
boobies.
Japan, there's some not censored stuff there. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay, so is
Did
it
you
just
VPN to Japan
did.
and you go,
is it just that the porn that's produced in Japan can't?
Yeah,
has
why
to be
is
released censored?
I don't fucking know. Why are you looking at me and asking me? You keep asking me.
Because you
Why
go
am I
to
like
Japan the most,
I
and you
don't
watch the most
know.
porn.
I
of all
feel
of
like
us.
you're our elder, Gus. Like I don't know. You're supposed to listen to your elders.
Ask your dad then.
No, I'm not gonna ask my dad about.
He's your elder.
My dad's never been to Japan.
I don't know what the hell is going on here.
Someone has to know.
I'm sure someone does. Leave us a comment. In the,
In the
vi-
video,
in the-
please.
down below.
I found this
Well,
song.
now we're gonna get blocked by YouTube.
Oh. I found this song called Big in Japan. Who's the artist? It's an 80s song. You should know. Never mind.
Duran Duran.
Nope.
No, I know the song.
Yeah. It's a fucking badass song.
What is the artist?
I don't know, but it goes. Dun, 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 dun,
It
dun.
is Alphaville.
Alphaville.
Oh, Alphaville?
Anyways, it's a good song. I work out to it sometimes, and I'm going to work out to Big in Japan when I'm in Japan. So that I'm big in
on
Japan.
loop, nonstop.
Yeah,
like
so
that's
I'll
the
just
only
be
song.
like Big in Japan. All right.
Did they do Forever Young?
I think so.
Alphaville? Yeah, probably.
I haven't.
He did.
I thought of a.
I just had to make sure it was the right one I was thinking of.
I thought of a story where I was embarrassed.
Save it for the post shop.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
That was like when you have to figure
keep
out
that in mind.
where
I
a
have-
letter is in the alphabet, and you're like, A, B, C, D, you're like,
Yeah, let's wrap this up. We got to go to a post show. I'm done. I can't listen anymore.
Okay.
I got one more poop story, Gus.
No, that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I apologize on behalf of Chris Demarais. We'll see you guys next week.
And if you want something to listen to, go listen to Good Morning from Hell.